For the first time in several years, a congressional hearing is held in Rockland County to tackle a common hardship among New Yorkers. We're talking about the housing crisis. And our Ben Nandy tells us what came out of Congressman Mike Lawler's hearing.
Thank you all for joining us.
Congressman Mike Lawler and his colleagues heard from witnesses on ways to ease the housing crunch long term, including tax relief for developers to build more housing and creative zoning changes.
Incentivize property owners to, reface the buildings. Potentially, they could add on apartments on top of their existing commercial property.
Housing attorney Leah Goodridge says while long-term strategies are worked out, they also have to think of ways to keep renters from being priced out of their homes. She mentioned a client she says would have been saved by rent stabilization.
I talked about my client, Ms. P, and the fact that she's lived in a private, unregulated apartment, and now she's facing eviction after living there for 7 years.
The dollar amounts of people's rent have gone through the roof.
Daniel Udine of Catholic Charities Community Services tells me he works with some lower income families who have seen their rents go from $2,000 a month in 2019 to $4,000 now.
I don't know what the community's temperament might be for some level of rent controls, but to me, it's an issue.
Mentioned how important.
Lawler says rent stabilization may have a place in some communities, but also that the state and federal governments need to give local communities the freedom to attack the housing crisis in their own ways and not just pass blanket laws. Ben Nandy, News 12.